Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody is doing well and everybody is ultra bullish because the time is closing for Bitcoin and especially altcoins. And I mean in accumulation. But also Cryptocom never ceases to amaze me. Doesn't matter you get all the fudders or the naysayers. They are getting out there. They're getting exposure to the world. And this is why I think CRO is going to explode. And people will say it's not moving, it's not doing anything. We're a 2x from where we were on the lows and the exposure's getting there. It will come. It will come. Rest assured, it will come. People said to me, Cardano, never dead, not doing anything. Bought it at 7 cents, sold at $2.50. Didn't do too bad on that one. And all the rest of the altcoins. You're always going to get naysayers in every crypto ecosystem. There's always going to be somebody who's going to FUD it or what like. But, you know, with Crypto.com, it's there and it's going to explode. So be watching and be aware. But Bitcoin at the moment, it's sitting at $51,625 at the moment. Trying to climb back up to that 52. Are we going to get a bit of a pullback today? Maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll soon find out, no doubt about that. But the altcoins really are gearing up and getting ready for that explosion because a lot of people are sitting back and thinking, when is altcoin? We've seen these odd coins popping off, but we want alt season. We want to see all the altcoins start popping off. We want to see some big gains because we're due for one. It's going to happen at some point. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, which is basically on the daily chart, is starting to do it again, starting to get that sideways action, and then we move up. Sideways action, then we move up. So at the moment, we've got Bitcoin just going on the sideways action, but we have had a quieter weekend, and also the US has basically had a bank holiday yesterday. But at the moment, we're just sideways. Are we going to sort of retrace back down and then move up? Always a possibility, but obviously we will soon see when the market's open. Because don't forget, we've got like at the moment, we've got like the traditional markets going all-time high, and we've got Nvidia results coming out, I think it's on Wednesday. So that's something to watch out for, because that could sort of have an influence on the traditional markets. It might be having a bit of an influence on ourselves as well. But overall, the market is looking fairly strong. It's looking resilient at the moment. But like I said, you get these big waves up, as you can see here, getting a bit of consolidation on Bitcoin at the moment. We've got dominance at the moment, which is I'm very intrigued with. We've topped out here and we're starting to come down a little bit. We've got a bit of a support here. If we start coming down even further, and then Bitcoin just goes sideways, and I expect alts to pop off, because at the moment we can have a look at the bubbles on here when it loads up. Everything is sort of red. We've got a sort of bit of green on the hourly coming in, but on the daily it's a bit of a mixed bag. This is what I mean. It's a bit of a mixed bag. You're getting the odd ones popping off. At the moment we can see like Aave and Filecoin, you know, because obviously they're decentralized storage. So there's a bit of a narrative at the moment regarding that. So they've been pumping up. We've got HBAR up at 9.84 as well. But overall, the market's just sitting in between at the moment, like between the bulls and the bears, sort of trying to work out a direction to go. But we can see here, this is really interesting to see. We've got Bitcoin Munger here. Two main observations from Bitcoin order books. Currently, area is sellers and bears, last stand. We will pump very hard after the supply from 53 to 55k is absorbed, coinciding with a short squeeze. There are a lot of sideliners, buyers / bulls who have bids at 40k and below. They will be forced to bid higher. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. This is why I've been accumulating on these bigger pullbacks and in the bear market, because people are sitting on sidelines expecting X, Y, and Z are going to happen. Like he says here, some bulls are thinking we're going to go back down to $40. Now, $40,000. Obviously, it could happen. But what about if it doesn't? What happens is they'll close their long positions and then they'll bid higher. And you don't want to be doing that. You know, it might not ever go down to that 40k. You know, there's a chance it could. You know, we could have a black swan event or something like that. But is it worth a risk? It's like with a lot of altcoins at the moment. We've had a bit of a pullback on altcoins, or gone a bit sideways. Some have pumped. But, you know, the ones what you have true conviction of, altcoins that you have conviction of, is it worth DCAing in like now before everything really does kick off? Yes, it could go lower, obviously. But, you know, that's the risk. That's the risk you take when you invest in that. So, but like, Kyle here, Kyle Chaser, says here, this is incredible interest. Observation coincides with the theory that we hit all-time before halving. Because of obviously with the institutions, BlackRock, the Bitcoin ETFs, history's sort of changing, in my opinion, a little bit. Normally, you'll get these pumps after Bitcoin pumps, after the Bitcoin halving, but we seem to be getting it beforehand. But he says here, essentially, there are around about 2 billion in short positions that will get liquidated in the 53k range. What happens next? Cascading effects, enormous vertical trajectory for Bitcoin. And we know what happens on there. Bitcoin pumps, then ETH Bitcoin starts to get into it. Then ETH starts to pump, and then we going down to that to the lower alts. We'll get into that in a minute. We've seen it happen time and time again, and this is why I'm taking every opportunity. When we get bigger dips, I'm buying on the coins that I have conviction. And like I said, for you always do your own research. Don't listen to me. Do your own risk management. Do not put more money you're willing to lose. That's all I say. But secondly, there's a lot of liquidity in the 40k range waiting on the sidelines to enter. And this is from that previous tweet. Unfortunately for them, as they watch the price go higher, market psychology will kick in and they'll end up buying in a higher. Either way, this is bullish. And this is why I don't want to wait on the sidelines. Because don't forget, at the moment, we're in this chance at the moment. This is, if we start getting up about 64, 65, we're getting closer now to that up season. This is like the time is ticking in terms of accumulation, in terms of altcoins, because you don't want to be sort of like, no, I'm not buying it. It could go lower. It could go lower. This is my own personal view. It could go lower and it doesn't. And I missed the boat. And then I think, right, I'll stop buying higher. I want to buy lower. But also, I know in my mind that it potentially could go up at any point, and I don't want to be left behind. So, like I said, any bigger drops, what we've had just previously, I bought the dip. Look, if we don't drop any more, I'm not bothered. I've got my bags full. I've got my suitcases all ready to fly off, basically. So, yeah, at the moment, we're at 63, 65. I think that's it. I think all season's on its way. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? And also, on here, on the rainbow as well, we're still cheap. And then, hodl. We're getting closer to that hodl. And like I said, time is ticking. So like I said, on the alt season, it's time is really is ticking. And we can see here again, we're starting to get articles about supply shows influx capital into the crypto market. Money is coming in and it's gonna explode. And when it does, it's going to go absolutely crazy. And I'm all ready, because like I said, at the moment, we're seeing a bit of red, seeing pullbacks. I've just been accumulating on this. But at the moment, but also going on to one of my favorite tokens is Kronos, and one of my favorite apps, Crypto.com, because full expectation, I've got Crypto.com ICY. I've been holder of CRO for quite a long time. I've been accumulating over the bear market, and I'm trying to get to that, like 5% from getting to that 1 million CRO target of mine. So, but if we get, like I said, if we get a little bit more pullback, I'll buy a little bit more. But obviously, I'm accumulating every day, every second of the day. I'm accumulating. Why am I accumulating? Because there's so much accumulation opportunities in the Crypto.com and the Kronos app. You've got the DeFi wallet where you can accumulate more. And also you've got on the app itself, the main app, you can accumulate on there as well from the earn. You can do it from also the staking on there. And if you're on the Crypto.com spot exchange, you can also accumulate on that as well through staking. So there's lots of ways. And also, because I'm a ICY holder, I think it's over 3% I get. So every time I go shopping and spend, I also get CRO given back to me as well. So which is always an extra bonus as well. So I'm always accumulating. And, when it comes to Crypto.com, you get your naysayers, you get the people say it's not doing anything, footing it out. But these guys are the ones who have been getting the licenses, and giving all these perks, the debit cards, and they're in the LA, they're in the the F1 and the and the football and the UFC, and they've got the arena. And they've got so much exposure out there, and also not forgetting as well. I won't play this, but when I drive down Crypto.com Boulevard, they even get an exposure on The Simpsons. Even The Simpsons are mentioning Crypto.com. The Crypto.com is absolutely everywhere. It doesn't matter what people say, they're everywhere. You see them on, anything to do with the arena, or anything like that, you get to see Crypto.com. Their marketing is probably, I would say, is one of the best in the industry. They are one of the best in the industry. And I'm hoping they'll go back and be able to come back to America as well, and people will be able to do their trading and get their debit cards and such like. I hope this happens. I hope they come back to the US, and I've no doubt they will at some point. But their exposure is getting out there, and people, the inflows must be coming in. It'd be interesting to see how many users have come into Crypto.com. We know there's 80 million currently, but I can imagine it's a lot more, because the reason why I think it's a lot more is because obviously they've brought back some of the old perks, and they're bringing back, and they've brought back new perks and more to come, no doubt, as well. So it's all looking really good at the moment. So the exposure's there, retail are seeing it, they'll see the debit cards, they'll see what you can earn, and they're going to come back. They're coming back now, but we'll get more. Hopefully we'll get some sort of details about that in a later date. But we can also there's like an airdrop as well. Chris says, the CEO, hot airdrops like STRK, easy available on the Crypto.com app. So we can click on here, and basically it'll give you there's US 200,000 of stock to be claimed, 7 days only, T's and C's apply. Francis Wong here, CRO, says, yes, Singapore's eligible to take part. I'm buying CRO to win some airdrop tokens. Unfortunately, I've checked my app, it's not on there, and I think there's other people have mentioned it as well, that it's not in their jurisdiction at the moment. Maybe that will change in a day or so, I don't know. But there's been a lot of perks, which is a bit frustrating on my part, but obviously they've got to stick to what the regulators have said. But it's a bit frustrating when you see a lot of like Crypto.com perks that have come in, such as like this, and others as well, and I can't get any of it because it's the country I'm in. They just, the FSC is just a complete and utter pain in the back end, and from my point of view. But, it's great for everybody else who can get it. It's spot on. But I can't grumble. I've got my Icy White card, happy with that. But, we always want a little bit more all the time. But, lots of things going on the Crypto.com. I wouldn't shy away from it, or I wouldn't listen to any kind of FUD out there. It's a company that is growing and growing and growing and growing. I wonder if one day we'll get on the NASDAQ. I wonder. You never know with Crypto.com. But I'm hoping they get that license from, as I said in previous videos, I hope they get that license from Hong Kong, because that is going to be a big catalyst for Crypto.com and great for business as well. It's going to bring such a lot of people into the Crypto.com from Hong Kong, and that. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's really exciting. I'm hoping we're going to get some news at some point regarding that, and no doubt we will. But anyway, so I hope everybody stays safe. And also, just before I go, let us know. I always ask this, or let me know, what price do you think CRO will go to in the peak of this bull market? I've always given my price predictions on that. I really do think, like I say, I'll say it again, conservatively, $1. I think it could go to $2. So, like I said, I'm happy. I've got my CRO bags all packed and ready for this explosion. I'm not sitting on sidelines. I've got my bags ready, and we're ready to go. And boom time will come, and everybody will be happy, unless you footed it and you've sat on the sidelines too scared to get in. Well, it is what it is. So give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated. Take care, and I'll see you soon in the next video.